So this tweet from Zero Hedge today says the ruble jumped as much as 9% against the euro, hitting its strongest level since June 2015. The ruble is by far the best performing currency of 2020. Yep, there we go. And why do you think that is? Does anybody have an idea? Well, well, Russia has oil and gas that other people need and they use. And what did we do as United States just a couple of months ago? We imposed sanctions on Russia where we stopped allowing them to use the SWIFT transaction system and basically not allow them to deal in US dollars. So um, the thing is, the oil and gas has since the 70s been traded almost exclusively in US dollars. That's an agreement that we came to with many countries. And the reason for that, from our standpoint, was because countries would have to stockpile huge amounts of US dollars in order to be able to buy energy. And and that sort of put a check on what would have otherwise been crazy inflation from just rampant money printing and very low interest rates and just very very crazy monetary policy in the U.S. because everybody had to do business in U.S. dollars and stockpile it to buy oil. Well, we stopped allowing Russia to do that. So the most predictable outcome in history of any policy happened, and people started having to buy Russian oil and gas in rubles, and the U.S. dollar ceased being important as the petrodollar. So so here you have this phenomenon. What are you doing? Blah blah blah. Sort of losing value, sort of steady, whatever. It's just trading even sideways. We have the Russia Ukraine war starting here, and boom, all these retards with no critical thinking skills lost confidence in the ruble because for some reason, and then reality reasserted itself, and here it goes, woo, to the moon. This is so. This is the most predictable thing in the world. I mean, I was saying this the day they imposed sanctions, because if you just know what the petrodollar is, then even my 4-year old could have predicted this outcome. And it's not just it didn't just come back. It is outperforming the U.S. dollar by leaps and bounds. And between the monetary policy we've had here for the last 2.5 years, I mean, seriously, like we printed trillions of dollars. You do not have to be a genius. This is the basic case that they explain to, like, I don't know, middle school economics students on what causes inflation. Uh, it was obviously going to happen. I mean, this has happened over and over and over again. And then put on top of that the fact that it doesn't look like the petrodollar is much of a thing anymore. I wouldn't expect the U.S. dollar to recover, guys. So I don't offer financial advice, but I will tell you it's not looking good for the U.S. And if you think that this is just because oh shucks, Joe Biden, he's so dumb, he's so senile, he doesn't know what he's doing, so incompetent. Um, Man, that is not what's going on here. Like, you don't think that they knew this would happen? You don't think that the people who imposed sanctions on Russia were aware of what the petrodollar was? Because it doesn't take a lot of extrapolation from there to understand what would happen. It really doesn't. People no longer have to use your money and stockpile it in order to buy oil and gas because you made it impossible for them to buy oil and gas in it. And now they just dump it. Plus, you just printed trillions of dollars. What happens? A, your money devalues. B, your money's worth more. C, apples. This is, they're imploding the economy on purpose. guys. They also are stopping leases on oil and gas production areas. Like there's they shut down pipelines like straight away upon coming into office. This is very, very clear. If you don't see this by now, goodbye.